All right, today we are diving into Michelle Obama's new book, The Look. Now, I know what you might be thinking when you see that title. Just another fashion book, right? Well, let me tell you, this New York Times bestseller is hiding a much deeper story, one about power, pressure, and, get this, survival.
So, yeah, a book about fashion. You might be sitting there going, is this really for me? I'm more into, strategy or psychology. Totally get it. But you've got to stick with me on this one because what this book is actually about is going to surprise you, for real.
Because this isn't just about pretty dresses and famous designers. At its very core, this book is a story about identity. It's about surviving under the most intense, unimaginable public pressure. It's a whole new way of looking at a life lived completely in the spotlight. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to unpack why this is so much more than a fashion book. Then, we'll get into the main idea, style as a strategy. After that, we'll touch on the psychology of it all, check out the book's awesome picture-based format, and then wrap things up with the final verdict. Right, let's kick things off with the big idea here. This is not your typical fashion book. And to really get what it's doing, we've got to unpack the premise. First things first, it's super important to see how this is different from her smash hit memoir, Becoming. Becoming told her story with words. The Look, well, it tells her story through style. It's a totally different approach, focusing on the visual story of her incredible journey. And now we get to the heart of the whole book, style as a strategy. This is where we start seeing fashion not just as something you wear, but as a critical tool you can use. So, what in the world is strategic style? Well, the book breaks it down like this. It's all about using your clothes to send a message, to communicate your values, and, this is the big one, to survive insane public scrutiny, all without ever having to say a word. It's basically a masterclass in silent communication. And this strategy had a few key jobs. For Michelle Obama, it was a way to communicate her values. But it was also a shield, a way to survive the intense microscope she was under as the first Black First Lady. It helped her build her public identity and project confidence, even on days she might not have been feeling it. This leads us right into our third section, where we're going to shift from the outside to the inside. We're talking about the psychology of clothing, or as the book puts it, fashion as armor. This might just be the most powerful idea in the whole book. She literally talks about the need to armor up with her wardrobe. And that's not just a cute metaphor. For her, it was a daily practice, a way of putting on a protective layer to face whatever the world was going to throw at her. And what's cool is the book kind of breaks this down into a simple 3-step method that honestly anyone can use. Step 1, identify the pressure you're facing. Step 2, choose your armor, that outfit that just makes you feel powerful. And step 3, use that feeling to project confidence and take back your own narrative. It's a surprisingly practical idea. So the main point here isn't just about looking good. It's actually a deep lesson in resilience and how to build it, all taught through the surprisingly accessible world of personal style. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about how this story is actually told, because the book's format is just as important as its message. It's really a memoir in pictures. And the first thing you need to know is the sheer scale of this thing. We are talking about over 200 photographs. That's a lot. This is absolutely a visual experience, one that's meant to be seen and felt, not just read. And it's just jam-packed with behind-the-scenes goodies. You get tons of photos you've never seen before, little notes and insights from her longtime stylist Meredith Coupe, and personal stories that give you the context behind everything from a formal state dinner gown to a casual family photo. The book really takes you on a journey, It follows her style evolution all the way from her early days in Chicago as a candidate's wife, through those 8 years in the White House, and right into her life now. You literally watch the story unfold through her clothes. Which brings us to our final section, the final verdict. So, when all is said and done, is this book a must-read? I think the key thing to know going in is that this is a visual diary first and a traditional memoir second. It's definitely lighter on the text than Becoming was, because the stories are really told through the incredible photography. Think of it like a beautiful coffee table book that has the soul of a memoir. So our final verdict is a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's just a beautifully made book. It's surprisingly honest, it's innovative, and it really delivers on its promise. I'd say it's a must-read for anyone who's interested in fashion, sure, but also history, psychology, or just the power of shaping your own story.
And if there is one thing to take away from it all, it's this powerful idea. Your style is your personal signature. It's not just some frivolous thing, it's a fundamental part of how you show up and communicate who you are to the world. So, I'll leave you with this. The book makes a pretty powerful point, right? Your look is your personal signature. So the question is, what do you want yours to say? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.